Hello everyone, I am Eva May Basco, BS Ed English 2B. So let's talk about Demeter and Dionysus. As you can see in the picture shown above is a Venn diagram, the similarities and differences of Demeter and Dionysus. Their similarities, the two of them both deities and associated with abundance in nature. Demeter is primarily known as the goddess of the harvest and fertility, while Dionysus is associated with the cultivation of grapevines and the production of wine. And the second similarity is domains affect human life and agricultural significantly. Demeter's control over the harvest ensures the fertility of the earth, which directly impacts food production, while Dionysus' influence over wine and revelry affects social and cultural aspects of Greek life. And Demeter's differences is that Demeter often depicted as a nurturing, maternal figure deeply concerned with agricultural fertility and centered in seasonal cycle because Demeter is the goddess of the agriculture, the goddess of harvest, while Dionysus embodies more on chaotic and ecstatic side of nature, and also associated with theater, ecstatic worship, and celebrating his role in inducing static state and the challenges of societal norms. Let's dig deeper about Dionysus and Demeter. Dionysus and Demeter are both known because of their human emotions. As a motherly love and goddess of agriculture, Demeter is associated with the pain of losing a child, her own child. And Dionysus is associated with blind rage and ecstasy, being the god of wine. Who is Demeter? Demeter is goddess of agriculture, and this is Demeter. As you can see in the picture, she is so beautiful and she really is the goddess of agriculture because she has a lot of vegetables, fruits, and corn in her side. Demeter is the Greek goddess of harvest, grain, and fertility. She is one of the 12 Olympian gods that live in Mount Olympus. So later I will gonna show you what looks like Mount Olympus. And Demeter is very important to the farmers and peasant people of Greece. The parents of Demeter is Cronus and Rhea. This is Rhea. Rhea is mother of the god and goddess of female fertility, motherhood, and generation. So, if you remember, Rhea delivering her child to Cronus because Cronus will gonna eat his child. And Cronus, so this is Cronus. Cronus was the king of Titans and the god of time. Cronus is a strong man. So, as you can see in the picture, he really is a strong man and he is holding a glass. In the myth of Demeter and Persephone, Demeter is heartbroken when her daughter Persephone is stolen. Being the goddess of motherly love, Demeter loved her daughter more than anything in the world. Persephone was a happy child, where she walked flowers bloom and she was so radiantly beautiful even dark shades of the underworld noticed her. Oh my gosh. So one day while walking in the fields, Persephone stayed from her mother to hunt down an interesting new flower. Hades opened up hole in the field to the underworld and dragged Persephone down in his dark chariot. Her screams alerted her mother to the danger, but by then it was too late. The hole had closed up, leaving her no scar on the ground for poor Demeter to find. Bent with grief, she asked a nearby swine herd if he had seen what happened to her daughter. His answer was no. So Persephone ended really beautiful. So that Hades really noticed her beauty. When that happened, Demeter disguised herself as an old woman and journeyed to the western end of the world to ask the sun god Helios if if he had seen anything that day. She made nothing grow out of her grief for Persephone. Oh my gosh! So Demeter really find her daughter, and even though she is the goddess of agriculture, she did not grow anything just to find her beloved daughter. So when she asked Helios if he had seen her daughter, the sun god replied that he had seen Hades drag Persephone down to the underworld. Demeter was furious with Zeus, her brother the king of the gods, for he must have seen Persephone. And he did nothing. She took up to the Olympus, the home of the gods, and demanded to see Zeus. Once there, she argued for Persephone's freedom, saying she was a goddess of flowers and that she had no business in Hades' dark house. Zeus agreed to bring her back to the Olympus. While in the underworld, Persephone was beginning to enjoy herself. Hades had given her magic flowers that grew without sunlight, and the dead souls obeyed her as a queen. She missed her mother and sunlight, but Persephone grew to like grim Hades, even though she could eat nothing unless she wished to remain in the underworld forever. When Hermes, the messenger of the gods, arrived in the underworld, Persephone was overjoyed to see him and asked his business in Hades' home. Hermes replied that he had come to take her back to Demeter, and Persephone left the underworld without a second thought. In the Olympus, it was revealed that Persephone had eaten 6 pomegranate seeds and was ordered to stay in the underworld for 6 months of the year. While Persephone is in Olympus, Demeter rejoices and the world blooms. But when Persephone must return to her king, the world lies dead for Demeter's grief. This myth is used to explain the 4 seasons, fall and winter being when Persephone is stuck in the underworld, and spring and summer being the time when she is with her mother. So, Demeter is really a season cycle because she is a goddess of agriculture. If Persephone is underworld, Demeter's grief, um, the season is fall and winter. When Persephone is in the outside world or in Demeter's side, the season is spring and summer. Dionysus was another god that was known for understanding humans well, as he started as a half-human himself. Before Dionysus was born, his mother, Theban Princess Semele, bragged from and wide how she had a god for a lover, Zeus himself. The king of the gods, jealous Hera, Zeus' immortal wife, heard these claims and disguised herself as an old woman to visit Semele's palace. She convinced Semele that she should ask Zeus to show himself in his immortal form to prove that he was a god, not a random struggler. God's immortal forms are so radiant they incinerate all humans who look upon them. Semele forgot this and told Zeus if he loved her, he would show her his god form. He did knowing it would kill her, for he had sworn an unbreakable oath. Zeus managed to save their unborn son and sew him into his cloth. From there, he sprang as the new god Dionysus. Dionysus was raised far away from Olympus, so Hera would never guess Semele's son had survived. He grew up with leopards and tigers for playmates. Once he left the valley to find his kill, however, Hera found him, and in rage she ordered the Titans to tear him to pieces. Rhea, Zeus' mother, found him and put him back together. Afterward, he learned how to make wine by pressing grapes and fermenting the juice. This earned him many followers, while drunk men and women, and the satyrs, half man, half goat combinations. Eventually, he was invited up to the Olympus as a new god. At first, Hera refused to admit him because he was half mortal, but Zeus commanded that she sit down. Hestia, goddess of the heart, gave up her throne to Dionysus, saying that she needed only the heart at the center of the room. Demeter and Dionysus are both gods of the earth and also the gods that understand human emotions the best. Demeter because she understands as a mother's frantic love and protection for her child and the grief of a lost one. And Dionysus because he used to be half human and he also understands the powerful mood swings that come with wine. They are also both associated with rebirth. Persephone is forever in and out of the underworld, and Dionysus was also ripped to bits and put back together. Plants go through a cycle of seeming death in the winter time and rebirth in the summer. Both Dionysus and Demeter are associated with plants. Demeter, the growing of, and Dionysus, the using of. Both are powerful gods of the earth with many common themes. So that is the end of the story about Demeter and Dionysus. So if you were gonna husband Dionysus, you will gonna get beaten up because Dionysus is a drinker, a drunk man. He created a wine by pressing the grapes, while Demeter is a motherly love. She really loved Persephone so much that um that if Persephone is by her side, the season is fall. The season is spring and summer. If Persephone is in the underworld with Hades, the season is fall and winter. So that is all, everyone. Thank you so much.